The SharePickers podcast with Justin Waite. Building wealth through investing. For more information, visit sharepickers.com. The content of this podcast is not intended as investment advice. It is for information purposes only. People in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy anything based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Welcome to the SharePickers podcast with me, Justin Waite, and this is the intro of a new podcast I'll be doing on a weekly basis. And why am I doing it? Because I am passionate about investing. Why? Well, this is what I tell my kids. I say, listen, there's only two ways to build proper wealth in life. One is to own a successful business. The second is to own a share of a successful business. And then my kids say, and win the lottery. I said, no, that's not real. It's not realistic. That's not. And they say, yes, it is. You just buy a ticket. I mean, I know the chances of doing that, of winning, millions to one. Yeah, but you can still win. I said, okay, listen, it's not. And I often say, if you look at the Times Rich list, I'm not saying I'm going to be in it or you're going to be in it, but everyone on the Times Rich list either own a business or they are investors in a business. And I've got to say, going back 10 years, it has transformed my life investing. I love it. I'm passionate about it. My eyes light up. I can bore you to death on investing, all right? I light up when it comes to investing. But going back about 10 years, I was in pretty much of a dead-end situation, I just turned 40. I was pretty much overweight. A job had fallen through. I was working a part-time job. I'll talk about more of this on the episode 1. But investing got me out of that hole. And now I'm at the stage where I pretty much have financial freedom. I still love what I do. I talk about investing and I interview CEOs of small cap companies. But I have that freedom now. I paid off the mortgage. I've done all that kind of stuff through investing. I think it should be taught in schools. As I say, it's one of the only genuine ways to create wealth for yourself. Now, if you are listening to this and you are working in a job that maybe you quite like or you maybe don't like, but you're just doing it because it pays the bills, but you realise, you have that realisation. You get to a certain age in your life and you think, I'm never going to be well off or financially free doing this job. That's what investing can do for you. You can invest in companies and earn your own wealth. That's why I want to share, my passion for investing, because it's done it for me. It can do it for you. So in these podcasts, I'll be talking about pretty much, my journey, the mistakes I've made, the lessons I've learned, psychology of investing, just anything about investing that I find interesting. If you want more details, more in-depth stuff like videos and lessons and all that, and my strategy and all that stuff, then you can join my club, the SharePickers Investment Club at sharepickers.com. But this will be, I've got lots of opinion on investing, On a daily basis, I wake up in the morning, rearing to go. 7 a.m. kicks off. RNSs come out. If you know what that is, basically at 7 a.m. every morning, companies that are listed on the stock market, if they have news to release, they have to release it officially, at 7 a.m. pretty much via a sort of regulatory news service. And I long for that every morning. I think, is one of the companies I'm invested in, are they going to release good news today? I love that. And so I'll be discussing stuff like that, news coming out, things that affect the market, just psychology of investing and why I love it. And I'll share my passion with you. And hopefully, you'll join in on this journey with me through these episodes. Now, the best way to get this podcast is subscribe on the platform of your choice. So search for SharePickers Podcast with Justin Waite, whether it be on iTunes, Spotify, or another platform. Hit that subscribe button or the like, I think it is, on Spotify, and you'll get the next one to your inbox next week. But in the meantime, of course, there will be the weekend podcast, which I do every weekend, hence why it's called the Weekend Podcast, quite original that. And I do that with a couple of mates, Paddy, Pete and Steve, who I've dragged along on this investment journey, and hopefully they thank me for it now a little bit, because their portfolio values have gone up in the years they've been investing. But we'll do that on the weekend. But every week, at least, hopefully, I'll get an episode out. That'll just be my thoughts on investing. Hopefully they'll be entertaining and maybe even enlightening. Who knows? Thanks for listening.
The SharePickers podcast with Justin Waite, building wealth through investing. For more information, visit SharePickers.com. The content of this podcast is not intended as investment advice. It is for information purposes only. People in this podcast may hold positions in the stocks they talk about. Do not buy anything based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.